My name is Lucas. This is a bit of late. I want to talk about a book by Virginia Postrel that is a new history book about the fabric of civilization, and it is all about fabrics and textiles and all that kind of stuff throughout history, all over humanity. And it's really an incredible read, in my opinion. Very thorough, in-depth exploration about the importance of this industry in terms of inventions and how this has evolved throughout time, what has been used to make fabrics, for example. What kind of things came out of people working on problems in textiles, the textile industry, how patterns were made, how mathematics could have changed things, what kind of machines were used, what kind of different tools were invented, have been invented. About, it talks about dyes too, how dyes were made a long time ago, and up to today, always and often, and it talks about merchants and accounting and records of exchange and these kind of things, and modern inventions and all sorts of just really amazing things. What I really love about the book is that it always makes sure to remind you that you are sort of the beneficiary of a tremendous amount of people putting a tremendous amount of effort and work into better technology, better ways of creating these textiles, these fabrics, these dyes, and these kind of things. And it took a lot of effort and a lot of figuring things out and a lot of knowledge that people, had back then. Some people still have, because they still do this, I guess, but basically don't look down at the people that came before you, because they were still very intelligent. And I always appreciate that kind of thing. Of course, all historians worth their salt would do that, but it was really, really good to see, and really interesting, very thought-provoking to see how textiles have changed throughout humanity. How the Industrial Revolution really affected workers, for example, and how that related to textiles, and what kind of fabrics have been used for fashion and been forbidden, and all these kind of things, and why, and what was used for certain fabrics. And I'll just keep repeating myself. Overall, I think it's really good. There are times where I thought, I wish this was even more in-depth, instead of kind of just showing an example, I guess. But the idea behind it is still quite thorough. But the idea behind it is not to sort of bring up something and then fully explore that. Just it's trying to make the case for the history of textiles. So that's just kind of on me. Another great thing about the book is that it made me more interested in textiles and economics in that way, and how they have changed and influenced history. So again, appreciate it for that. There are times where the author talks about themselves in their research and this kind of thing. and that is the only thing that I don't like about the book. It's not too often, but I guess I'm not used to seeing that in a history book. It's very minor, but for me, it's kind of like, why are you doing that? But there are reasons for it. Like when they're learning about how to make dyes and how dyes were made, and it's just about the history, the research the author has done, and these kind of things. So I say these kind of things a lot. That's what I'm gonna leave it at. It's pretty good, pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Goodbye.